Okay, so it's 6:01, and I guess we can start with the webinar. So yeah, there are many people joining right now as well. So there are currently we have 70 plus people. I guess my voice is audible to everybody. If my voice is audible, please do type in the chat box with a yes or no if I'm audible. I guess the stream is live on YouTube as well. Let me just check. Yeah. So if you want to um, join in, and if you cannot join in, you can just go to Hackers Villa Cybersecurity Private Limited YouTube channel, and there will get the recording for this video as well, and also basically the session, right? So there's a bit of noise from my side. There's a construction going on in front of the office, so please bear with me. And yeah, so let's have the webinar. Let's have the introduction. So how many of you know today's topic? What would be today's topic? Any one of you who could answer in the chat box. What would be the today's topic for the webinar? Social media hacking. YouTube channel is basically Hackers Villa Cybersecurity Private Limited. Okay, social media hacking. So today we'll be going on with social media hacking, right? And in social media hacking, we'll be going on with how these social media hacking thing works and कैसे social media को आजकल hack किया जाता है, right? We will be going with some of the tools that are needed to hack into social media and to hack into all of the things, right? So we would be going into all of those things. We would be talking about how social media hacking is done, and we would be talking about the boot camp as well. So how many of you know about the boot camp that we conduct every month? How many of you know about the boot camp? Yes or no? Let me see the answers. How many of you don't know about the boot camp? Right, I can see there are some people here who still don't know about the boot camp. So we are starting with the boot camp tomorrow, and the screen is shared, I guess. And let me just show you the topics for the session. Right, basically bootcamp is kind of a thing, right? Bootcamp is basically a series which we conduct every month, and every month we conduct basically a bootcamp that is live, and obviously the some of the very elite and very special topics we take in the bootcamp, right? So basically bootcamp is taken every month, and no topics repeat in each of the month, right? So this time we are starting the bootcamp tomorrow, right? On 24th February, I'll be the mentor, and we'll be going on with website hacking, steganography, live CTF, ARP spoofing, Tor anonymity, dark web, and Web3 security, and Wi-Fi hacking, as well as the extra thing for you guys, right? So we'll be hacking all these things covered in the bootcamp, which would be a very basic to advanced bootcamp, so anybody could join in the bootcamp. The price for the bootcamp is 499. However, you can also get the seat for free if you want, and we'll be talking about that in the last, right? If you really want to enroll in the bootcamp, that is starting from tomorrow, right? And once you go ahead and once you just purchase this bootcamp, you will be getting the recordings of all the previous bootcamps that we have conducted, and this the recording for this bootcamp as well, right? So you can just go ahead and you can just check out all our free videos, free webinars that are recorded on YouTube, and you can also enroll in the bootcamp. So all of the guys who want to enroll in the bootcamp, will be talking about this in the last, because we have limited seats. This time we thought of 25, basically 20 seats, and the 20 seats got filled in just 4 to 5 days. Currently we increased the seats, and the number is 23. So we are looking for 2 to 3 more people who are quality people and who are interested to enroll in the boot camp, right? So we are not having that much of seats, but yeah, if you want to get your seat for free, and if you want to know more about boot camp, just stay in the meet till the end. We'll be talking about it after the session, right? After 7 or 7:05 p.m., right? So let's start with today's topic. So basically today's topic is based on social media hacking, right? And there are various tools that helps us to hack into social media and many other things. So how many of you know something about social media hacking, that kaise kiya jata hai and how it is done? And also starting before starting that, can I just know that will the English language be good for you people? Will the English language be good for you people, right? Okay, English, okay. ओके ओके श्योर। सो वी विल बी टॉकिंग, हम थोड़ा सा इंग्लिश हिंदी में इसको लेकर के चलते हैं, राइट। एंड आई गेस मेनी पीपल आर कंफर्टेबल हियर इन हिंदी एज वेल एंड इंग्लिश एज वेल, सो नो इश्यूज अबाउट दैट। ओके। सो जिसको भी इंग्लिश समझ नहीं आती, थोड़ा सा ट्राई करना समझने का, राइट, बिकॉज आई गेस इंग्लिश इज अ लैंग्वेज विच इज टॉट इन एवरी स्कूल एंड एवरी इंस्टीट्यूशन, सो इट शुड नॉट मैटर अबाउट इंग्लिश और हिंदी, बट या मैं दोनों लैंग्वेजेस लेने की कोशिश करूंगा। इन केस यू आर स्टिल नॉट गेटिंग एनीथिंग, प्लीज डू लेट मी नो इन द चैट बॉक्स, फिर हम उसको एक बार हिंदी में भी रिपीट कर देंगे, राइट। सो दैट वुड बी द प्रोसेस। सो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो, कितने लोगों को सोशल मीडिया हैकिंग के बारे में ऑलरेडी पता है? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो अबाउट सोशल मीडिया हैकिंग, दैट कैसे होती है, हाउ इट इज डन, एंड कैसे इसको कर सकते हैं? या कभी आपके साथ अगर ये हुआ है, इफ इट हैपेंड विद यू, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर हियर जिनके साथ ये चीजें हुई हैं? कैन आई जस्ट नो अबाउट दैट? ओके, a bit phishing. ओके, नो सर, a bit phishing, जेड शैडो अमन राज, बहुत पुराना टॉपिक है, एंड आई गेस जेड शैडो इज काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग जो बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा पुराना टेक्निक है, एंड आई गेट इट इट डज नॉट वर्क इन टुडेज टाइम, राइट। व्हाट अबाउट अदर्स? ओके, माय फ्रेंड्स इंस्टा, नो आइडिया, आई ओनली नो इंस्पेक्ट एलिमेंट, नो इश्यूज नो इश्यूज। ओके, सो बिल्कुल बेसिक से चलते हैं। ओके, hello sir, I have tried system hacking on my secondary PC from my primary PC, but at moment of run payload after setting our host and better than it shows no session. Okay Manav, just ping me personally, right? आप एक बार personal number you have, please do go ahead with that and do contact me there, right? So because I won't be able to give the answer right now because it is based on system hacking, right? So आपके डाउट को ज़रूर मैं रिप्लाई करूँगा, राइट, पर्सनली। ओके, सो स्टार्ट करते हैं। ओके, बी फ्रेमवर्क इज वेरी वेरी गुड कृष्णेंदु, एंड बी फ्रेमवर्क बेसिकली वर्क्स फॉर हैकिंग इनटू द ब्राउजर्स, राइट। बट टुडे विल बी टॉकिंग मोर अबाउट हाउ डू आई गो इनटू सोशल मीडिया प्रोफाइल्स ऑफ पीपल, राइट। सो लेट्स गो हेड, और सबसे पहले तो सी द फर्स्ट टेक्निक इज बेसिकली टू गेट थ्रू टू द सोशल मीडिया ऑफ पीपल एंड यू नो इंटरैक्ट विद द प्रोफाइल। आप उस प्रोफाइल को अच्छे से समझो और देखो कि उस प्रोफाइल के अंदर क्या है, उसके क्या डिसलाइक्स है, क्या पासवर्ड हो सकता है, क्रिएट अ डिक्शनरी एंड यूज अ ब्रूट फोर्स अटैक, राइट। But not every time brute force attack works, right? Many a times you need to do a phishing attack। एक ऐसा अटैक आपको करना पड़ता है जिस अटैक के अंदर आपको शायद सामने वाले को बेवकूफ़ बनाना पड़ता है, और यू हैव टू यूज सोशल इंजीनियरिंग टेक्निक्स so that to hack that particular person, right? Zfisher is a good tool, right? So we'll be talking about that as well. So let me just quickly go ahead and open my Linux, right? People who don't know what is VMware, how to download it, please go ahead onto our YouTube channel, check out the video on Kali Linux, and उसको देखने के बाद वापस से ये वाला देखो, आपको समझ में आएगा, right? So let me go into Kali Linux and open it, right? So I'm currently booting this Linux, right? Still, for the people who don't know about Kali Linux, it's an operating system, right, that works on Linux, and this operating system is basically built for cyber security। ये पूरा operating system cyber security के purposes के लिए बनाया गया है, इसलिए this installation have many tools that is related to cyber security already available, right? So that's why use these things, right? Okay, you prefer social media toolkit? Social media toolkit भी बहुत अच्छा है, but still there are many other tools that are still available and that are more advanced than social media toolkit, right? Or social engineering toolkit. So let me just quickly log in here, and let's just go ahead and check out what are the things that we are going to see, right? So social media hacking ke andar, you know, there is a thing that obviously when you are going into this thing, right, and when you are you want to hack into somebody, right, obviously you need to go ahead and you need to check out that what are the things that are basically you know, the things that could take you to a page that would be a fake page, right? बहुत सारे ऐसे चीज़ें होती है. But before starting with the main insight about social media hacking, let me tell you what is phishing, right? Because we would be using phishing. हम लोग phishing technique का use करेंगे, लेकिन phishing एक तरीके की नहीं होती. There are 3 types of phishing currently available, right? And let me just tell you quickly कि कौन कौन से type की phishing होती है. There are 3 main types of phishing things that are generally used, right? So let me just quickly give you an introduction about phishing. So talking about the first thing, the first phishing that we have is basically when we go into and we create a fake link, right? So the first type of phishing is basically we can say the normal phishing, right? Normal phishing that we have, right? And this phishing is basically called as when you create a fake Facebook page or a fake Instagram page और आप उसका link भेजते हो अपने विक्टिम को, और आपका विक्टिम जो है उसके अंदर वो सारी डिटेल्स भर देता है और वो फिश हो जाता है. ऑब्वियसली वी गेट ऑल हिज आईडी, पासवर्ड एंड आईडी, राइट? सो वी यूज दैट एज वेल. सो दिस इज बेसिकली वेरी गुड आंसर बाय सौरभ, क्लोनिंग ऑफ वेब पेज, एंड वी यूज ngrok फॉर दैट, राइट? सो ये चीज़ है, राइट? नाउ फिशिंग का अटैक अगर हम करते हैं, येस वी कैन डू इट विद ngrok एज वेल, राइट? सो दैट हम आसानी से कर पाए. ऑल्सो one more thing that is needed in phishing is ngrok, yes, but there is one more thing that is basically homoglyph attack. How many of you know about this homoglyph attack? What is this and how is this helpful? Anybody here who knows about homoglyph? Yes or no? Just a simple yes or no. Like people who know about phishing, people who know about ngrok and all, do you know about this homoglyph attack? I guess none of you must be knowing what is homoglyph attack और ये homoglyph attack कितना ज़्यादा dangerous हो सकता है, right? So I'll be telling you about this homoglyph attack, क्योंकि अगर आपने ngrok के साथ ये homoglyph attack के साथ phishing करी, राइट? तो शायद तो ऐसा हो सकता है, शायद एक ऐसा अटैक पॉसिबल हो जाए जो कोई भी नहीं कर सकता है. एंड ऑब्वियसली इस तरीके का अटैक बहुत ज़्यादा डेंजरस हो सकता है, राइट? Because the victim have to believe that this is the original page. Okay, so one of the person knows that's really good. Okay, so the second type of attack is basically called as wishing. Now what is wishing? Wishing is basically when you call a particular person और आप कॉल पे उसके साथ जो है उसका डेटा आप निकालते हो. That is called as wishing, right? So I'll be just showing you a small video about wishing as well, but yeah, video दिखाने से बेटर है कि आपको मैं YouTube का लिंक शेयर कर देता हूँ. You can watch it later, right? So बेसिकली विशिंग का जो पूरा प्रॉपर सिनेरियो है, विशिंग इज बेसिकली टू कॉल अ सर्टेन पर्सन, राइट? एंड ऑब्वियसली उस कॉल के थ्रू आप उसका सारा डेटा निकाल रहे हो, राइट? आई विल बी गिविंग यू द एग्जांपल, वेट, राइट? देन द थर्ड अटैक इज कॉल्ड एज ARP स्पूफिंग और बेसिकली फार्मिंग, राइट? बेसिकली इट इज कॉल्ड एज फार्मिंग अटैक, राइट? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो अबाउट फार्मिंग अटैक? Anybody who knows about what is farming? No? Just heard. Okay, a little bit. So only normal call, or it works on WhatsApp call as well? It would work on any of the call. Okay. So Aritra knows a little bit about farming attack, that goods. So basically यहाँ पे 3 तरीके के हमारे पास ये अटैक होते हैं, right? Phishing, wishing and farming, right? There are many other attacks that are possible in social media engineering, but basically जो ये वाला अटैक है, these 3 attacks are most dangerous and the most beautiful attacks that attackers every time does, right? So सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं wishing की एक बार, right? Because it's a small kind of thing and काफ़ी अच्छे से हम इसको कवर कर सकते हैं, राइट? सो विशिंग के बारे में बात करते हैं, देन वी वुड बी कमिंग इनटू फिशिंग अटैक, right? And this wishing, this basically farming attack is covered in our boot camp. This would be not covered in today's session, right? This would be covered in our boot camp. We have a dedicated session that is basically of 2 hours long, राइट? 2 घंटे का पूरा सेशन होने वाला है फार्मिंग अटैक के ऊपर बूट कैंप के डे 4 में, दैट इज ऑन 27th of February. So you can register in the boot camp for the same. Right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about these 2 attacks first of all. So wishing attack की अगर मैं बात करता हूँ, wishing attack is basically a kind of attack that happens when you call a certain person. For example, you are calling a particular person and that particular person is digitalization इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ चुका है आज की डेट में कि अगर मैं बात करता हूँ that you are calling a certain person. Let's take an example. So let's take the example of Saket, right? So let's take the example of Saket and let's say that Saket is a person who is using Paytm daily, right? I don't know he is using a Paytm, he is using Paytm or he's using GPay or something like that, but I can assume that he lives in India, and digitalization is at a whole new level right now. Okay, because of pandemic era, we know that everything is currently digital. We are paying the money online, right? Even small cities are now having छोटे शहरों के सब्जी वालों के पास भी आजकल क्यूआर कोड्स आने लग गए हैं, राइट. सो बेसिकली दैट इज अ पॉइंट. एंड अगर उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से हम देखें एक बार, राइट, अगर उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मैं लेकर के चलूँ, आई मे एज्यूम दैट Saket is using Paytm. So I would be calling Saket, right, and I would be like, hi Saket, I'm talking from Paytm. My name is let's say my name is let's take a name, for example Rishabh. Okay, so my name is Rishabh and I'm talking from Paytm. Hi Saket, आप कैसे हो? तो साकेत बताएंगे कि हाँ मैं ठीक हूँ और किस लिए आपने कॉल किया. आई वुड बी सेइंग हाई साकेत दैट मेरे को क्या करना था, देयर इज अ रीसेंट ट्रांजैक्शन दैट इज बीइंग प्लेस्ड फ्रॉम योर पेटीएम अकाउंट, जो अभी अभी 5,000 रुपए की ट्रांजैक्शन आपके बैंक से हुई है, एंड वी कैन नॉट वेरीफाई दैट इट्स यू. दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव कॉल्ड यू टू वेरीफाई दैट वो ट्रांजैक्शन आप ही कर रहे हो या आपका अकाउंट हैक कर रहा है कोई, राइट. नाउ साकेत वुड बी लाइक, ओके देयर इज समथिंग फिशी गोइंग ऑन विद माय अकाउंट, सो लेट्स गो अहेड एंड लेट मी जस्ट टॉक टू दिस पर्टिकुलर पर्सन, राइट. सो then I'll be asking आपका क्या यही वाला नंबर है पेटीएम पे, and if that person is using Paytm, obviously he would be saying yes, this is my number. And then I would be, आप email अपना बता सकते हो so that I can verify कि किस transaction से किस उससे हुआ है. then I would be getting his email ID as well. I would be, आपका date of birth क्या है, मेरे को उसका date of birth भी मिल जाएगा, right. I would be asking आपके fathers का name क्या है, आपके mothers का name क्या है, so that we could verify your Aadhaar status, right. and then I would be getting that thing as well, right. और उसके बाद अगर मैं कुछ और करना चाहूँ, right, so I would also tell him that Saket, we won't be asking you the password, because कोई भी कॉल अगर आपको पेटीएम से करके पासवर्ड मांगता है तो आप उनके कॉल पे विश्वास मत करिए. ऑल्दो आई एम फेक, बट आई एम मेकिंग हिम श्योर दैट ही इज टॉकिंग टू अ लेजिट पर्सन, राइट. एंड ऑब्वियसली उतनी सारी डिटेल्स मेरे को मिलने के बाद I can directly go ahead and I can directly try to create a dictionary. For example, now I know his name, that his name is Saket. I know his date of birth, I know his email address, I know his if I know his email address, I can know his usernames as well. And if I know his usernames, I can go ahead and check out his social media profiles where he would be having all of the data. I would create a simple payload, I would create a simple dictionary file to hack into the particular data, right. So that is the basically the thing, right. Yeah, Paytm employee never calls. Such disclaimers are provided many times. Yes, Dipankar, you are right. But not everyone is using, not everyone is reading that thing, right? That is the main point of, having these kind of calls. Because आज के time में आप खुद बताओ Dipankar, you have this knowledge because you are aware about all these things, right? You are aware about the technology. But आपके mom, dad, उनको ये इस बारे में पता है कि Paytm पर कोई कॉल नहीं करता है, right? I guess कि वहाँ पर, okay, can you stick to English as okay, sure. So basically, if you talk about people who are above 30 to 40 years of age, I guess those people don't need to go into technology, right. Those people are now evolving and having mobile phones, and those people are just they are just into Instagram, they are into Facebook for a quite a short time of period, and they are just going into Google Meet and voice calls, right. For example, my parents are teachers, both the parents are teachers, right. They teach, my father teach in a college and my mother teaches in a school, right. And they were used to with the chalk and duster method. Now they are into phones, right, and they have upgraded to a tablet. Why? Because they need to solve the problems, they need to show everything on the screen, right. So they are not matter, they do for them passwords, for them these calls, these disclaimers do not matter, right. So that is the main point of having these kind of attacks. Do you agree with these things? Okay, my dad is more aware than me, and that's cool, Dipankar, that's cool. Everybody should be like a mom, dad, right. He's just giving an example, yeah, right. So I guess most of you would be able to relate with me that this is kind of a thing that is going on in current world, right. So even today, I just got a call day before yesterday, and that call was about, hi Sanjay, have you that person was speaking in Hindi, have you registered for the third dose of COVID, right. And I was like, there is no third dose of COVID, right? And that person is like, no, there is third dose of COVID, and you have to apply it. You have to make sure that you get the third dose, right? And I was like, I already had two doses. I had Covishield, vaccination, and I am not needing the third dose, right? So that person was like, that government has introduced a third dose for everybody. If you have not, I'll be just confirming the slot for you. So can you just tell me your Aadhaar card, or can you just tell me your phone number? I'll be getting a OTP for you, right? Yeah, KBC lottery one. And I personally verified, and I personally went into that KBC lottery. It was a cartel that is running currently in Kanpur, right? So if anyone gets a call about KBC lottery, Punjab National Bank, or all of the other things, right, please don't go ahead and don't talk to those people. Also, there was one of an example where I called to Flipkart, right? So I ordered something from Flipkart, and this happened by around 25th of December, right? Last year, around 25th of December, this happened. So I was calling Flipkart. I ordered something from Flipkart, and I was just checking, sorry, I was just checking out where my product is, right? So Flipkart gives a Flipkart gives basically e-cart ID, right? They give you an e-cart ID, for by which you can just track your courier, because e-cart is basically the official courier partners for Flipkart, right? And when I just googled what is the e-cart customer care number, I got a very big number that starts from 1800, right? And I guess 1800 numbers are currently, what I can say, it's a service number. So I guess these numbers are more of a trustworthy number. So I called on this number, and I just asked from that particular person who was on the other side that, hi, this is my e-cart ID, right? This is my my order ID. Can I just track my order where it is, and can I just go ahead and ask why it is not delivered, why it is late, right? So that person was right, hi sir, can you just download the application, right, which is called, he said, sir, go on to the Play Store. So I went on to the Play Store, and he said, sir, can you just type in ANYDESK, right? And now people who know about AnyDesk would be like, okay, this is kind of a fraud that is going on, right? So basically he made me download AnyDesk, right? And he was like, sir, you will be getting one transaction ID there, right? Sorry, not transaction, you will be getting one ID there, that is your basically order ID. Can you just tell me that order ID, right? So he was taking me AnyDesk ID, and what is AnyDesk? AnyDesk basically, it's a application that comes on Android, that could be installed on Android or Windows. And if you share the ID of AnyDesk, anybody, and if you press yes, right, if you give the permission after sharing the ID, anybody who is who is over that site could access your whole computer or access your whole Android using your permissions, right? So that is the basic thing. It is kind of a remote control, right? So he called, and I was like, okay, I was giving him wrong ID, so it was not getting connected. And after 2 minutes he got frustrated, and he just abused me a lot, and he cut the call, right? And he didn't pick again, right? So that was the point. So basically these are the things that are happening currently, right? So that is called that is kind of a phishing attack, right? So enough about phishing attack, let's move into phishing attack right now, right? So I guess most of you guys must have understood about what is phishing and how phishing is done, how it's really dangerous, and it's kind of a attack where people falls in, right? 80% of the time it's successful, right? So that is the thing. So I guess this is okay to everyone, I guess. If you have guys if you guys have understood, please do type in with a yes, and we can move forward to phishing, right? So we'll be talking about Zfisher, we'll be talking about Seeker, we'll be talking about many other tools, right? Let me just remove all these things. So we'll be talking about Seeker first of all, right, which is a very, very good tool. And then we will be talking about Zfisher as well, right? Zfisher, right? And we would be talking about then Homoglyph attacks, right? So these are the three things that we would be talking about. And obviously we would be talking about ngrok as well, how it's done, and what is ngrok, and how it's able to carry forward your data to anybody on the internet, right? So I will be talking, or we'll be also talking about Campish, right? So this is also a good tool that you should know, right? So we'll be talking about all these kind of attacks. So let's first of all move into Seeker. What is Seeker, and how it is useful? So if I go into Seeker, right? If I go into Seeker, Seeker is basically a tool that allows me to go into, to check out what is the real time location of that person, right? So yeah, these all the applications are not available on Linux, but you can download directly on your Linux. So I'll be showing you how to download, right? So let me just go into and type Seeker, and if I just type Seeker GitHub, right, you can see I just got this recommendation, Seeker GitHub, and this is a tool that is located on GitHub, and this tool basically gives me the live location of a person whom I am sending the link to, right? So what I would be doing, I would be just clicking here, right? Also you can download all these tools into your Android phone as well. We have Instagram channel, that is basically instagram.com/hackersvilla @hackersvilla.xyz, right? So if you move in there, we have reels and we have separate posts that we do upload. We upload two three posts and reels in a week, right? And those reels basically have the content, right? So this reel and this reel, these 3-4 reels are basically based on Seeker and all of the things. So you can just directly go ahead and check out the reels as well, how these tools are basically working on your Android phone. Basically you have to download this tool called as Termux, right? So that is the thing, right? So let me just go ahead and let me just tell you about Seeker, right? So how Seeker is working, basically Seeker is a tool that gives you a special link, right? So let me just go ahead, this is the link here, right? And you can see that this is a very simple link. I'll be also giving this link on the Discord channel, right? So let me just go ahead and paste this link on the Discord, right? How many of you are in the Discord channel right now? Anybody who is not in the Discord channel, because I'll be pasting all the links at the end of the webinar in the Discord channel, so that you can go directly in that and you can directly get all of the things, right? So if you're not in the Discord channel, please do ask the admins on your WhatsApp group to add you into the Discord channel, right? Also, I'm just giving you the link here. If you want to join, you can join right now. Otherwise, so it's hackersvilla.xyz/Discord, right? In case you miss it, right, do ask it from group admins, right? They would be giving you the Discord channel link, okay? Because I'll be posting everything on the Discord channel that I'll be showing you today, so that you can move ahead with the links. If you want, you can follow along, right? So let's move forward. Let me move forward, and you can see here that I am currently having this particular page, right? And this particular page is basically of Seekers, right? So I can just directly see that this is the tool, and to download this tool, what I have to do, I have to just click on this code and I have to copy this link, right, that you are currently seeing. I have to just copy this particular link. So I'll be copying it, and then I'll be going over to a terminal, right? So I'll be just opening in a terminal. So let me just open Q terminal. That is my favorite kind of terminal in Kali, right? So let me just make it big. So here I'll be just going on with into my desktop, and let me just git clone it here, right? So what I have to do, I have to use this particular command called as git space clone, which clones the particular repository, which clones the particular software. The link that we have copied, we have to paste it here, and you can see that the software that is currently on this link would be cloned on our desktop, right? So press enter and it would clone into Seeker, and you can see that yeah, it have done, right? I can do ls, and you can see now we have a folder for Seeker as well, right? So I'll be moving into Seeker now, and you can see that, let me clear it, right? So you can see that we have different things here, right? We have different things. We have this installation.sh, we have seeker.python file, we have the template, we have many things here, right? You can see. So let me go ahead and let me just install everything first of all. So I would be just using this install.sh, right? So let me run this install.sh first of all, and it would ask me for the password. Let me give it the password, right? So it would check if every dependencies is installed or not. If not installed, it would install it. So you can see that everything is currently installed, and if everything is currently installed, we are good to go, and we can launch this Python, that is Seeker, right? So let me launch this Python as well, and to launch this Python I would be using / again, press enter, and the tool has launched right? So the tool has been created by the white hat, and all the links are given here, right? And then what is the function of update.sh? Update.sh basically updates the particular tool, right, to a newer version, so that you don't have to go ahead back to back onto GitHub and install this again and again. So it basically updates and checks out if there is a new version. It updates to the new version, right? So you can see that, yeah, this tool is basically updating a lot, right? When first I used this particular tool around around an year back, it was just having WhatsApp, right? Now it is having WhatsApp, Telegram, Google Drive, Near You, and Zoom, right? I could select any of the five options, and it would create a, if I just select Google Drive, it would select a Google Drive. It would basically create a Google Drive file, or basically it would create a Google Drive link that you can send to anyone. And if that particular clicks on that Google Drive link, right, he would be redirected to Google Drive, and obviously clicking on the link would give you his latitude and longitude. This tool is exact around 10 meters, so obviously we'll be getting a rough and basically a very accurate rough location of that particular person. For example, let me go over to WhatsApp, right? So I can go over to WhatsApp and create that particular thing. So let me press 2, and you can see now it is asking me group title. For WhatsApp, it would create a group invite link. So let me just click, let me just type in here hack and slash group, or I could just type top secret hacking group, right? So let me just type this, and you can see that it is now asking me for a group image, right? So we can give it a group image. Let me go ahead and give it a group image. So 300 into 300 pixel image. Let's have a sample image. So let's take this. So save this as on desktop, save this at download.png. Okay, and let's go back to a terminal. So let me give the path. So it's in home, Kali, desktop, and what was it? Download.png, right? Let me see. It's download.png. Yeah. Okay. No such file or directory. Maybe it's looking for this only, so it's not taking it. Okay, let me give it one more time. Seeker, WhatsApp, hacking group, and let me just give this download.png into the same folder, into the Seeker folder, and give it download.png. Yeah, so it found download.png now, and it is starting the server on port 8080, right, waiting for the client, and the server has been started. So we have to start basically, we have to also start a ngrok server here that would be working on port 8080, and it would give me basically a link that I could send to anybody, right? So now let's go on to and jump to another terminal, and let's open our ngrok, right? Let's go and go to desktop and download our ngrok here, right? So how to download ngrok? Basically what ngrok does is it would basically go ahead and it would create it would create a link that you could send to anyone in the world, and you can get the data. It is basically used to port forward, right? And you can see port forwarding is a complex, and it's basically quite a typical procedure to forward a port and to connect to anybody in the world using port forwarding and your router. But ngrok makes your works very, very simple, right? So what I have to do to install ngrok, I have to just go to Chrome, right? And then I just have to go here. I have to just type in ngrok download, and it would just take me to ngrok's official website. So I have to go to the ngrok's website, and then I have to go to download option, right? And then it would tell me, okay, I want to download this for Linux, so I can, yeah, I can do it using, there are three options to download it on Linux, right? So I would be using this particular option right now, right? So let's use this particular option, or I could also just download this particular file, and I could use this particular, I could directly use this command to go ahead, right? So let me just click on download here, and it's the tgz file basically is downloading. That is 13 MB, right? And you can also download it for ARM devices, MIPS devices, IBM, or basically if you want to download it for Windows, it's also available for Windows, right? So that is a good thing, right? So let me see. Yeah, it is now downloaded here, and this is my ng-rock here, right? So you can see this is my ng-rock, and what I would be doing, I would be just directly extracting it on my desktop, right? So let me just go ahead and place it on desktop. So extract on desktop. So it's done extracting, and I can directly go ahead and check out if it have done all the process here. Yeah, so we have ngrok here right now. So let me run this ngrok. Also let me run this ngrok with my authentication so that it may know that I am official person who is using it. So I have to go ahead and go into sign up option. I have to make sure that I am logging in with the correct account, right? So you can see I am currently logged in, I guess. Yeah, I am currently logged in with my ID sanchayofficial@gmail.com, and here is my authentication token, right? You can use your own authentication token, but this is the authentication token that is currently for me. So it will be giving you your authentication token if you are very new to this, right? So let me just go ahead and run this ngrok. Authentication saved, right? And now I can directly run the ngrok, right? And it would run fine. So let me run this ngrok, and to run this ngrok, I would be running a TCP server, or basically HTTP server on port 8080, because we have started a PHP server that is kind of HTTP server on port 8080, right? So we are starting this particular thing, and you can see that it have now given me two links, right? Basically this is one of the link, and then this is also one of the link here. So let me copy any of the link. Let me just make it small so that the link is visible. Yeah, so now this is the link, and let me just copy the link. Or I can just, yeah, so the link is opening here, right? Now you can see if I'm opening the link, it is saying me that it's a WhatsApp group invite, right? And it would give me the WhatsApp invite link here, right? You can see that the image I took, and there is this hacking group, right? And as soon as I'm getting into this thing, right, you can see that there is a client, it would show me there would be a client that would get connected, right? So let me just click on this join chat option, right? And here you can see it is asking for my location, because I have disabled all the location permissions. But otherwise, if you are directly using it on your phone, right, there is a possibility that you have given location permission to your Android phone already, right? Because whenever you first of all install your Google Chrome, it would ask for various permission when you first open it, right? And basically you give all the permissions as yes, 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 without thinking around the second time. So I would giving it a allow option, and let me click on join chat again. So it should show all the things here, but it's not showing. Basically what happens is that whenever click on this, it shows maximum group of capacity 256 has been reached, and here I would get all the things. Yeah, so here is everything that I have got, right? You can see that in this tool I have got that I am using this particular link on Linux currently, and there are 4 CPU, there are 4 cores, there is 4 GB of RAM. It is using Google Ink, that is VMware version currently, right? And it is also showing me the GPU version, right? The resolution for the screen is this, the Chrome browser is this, my public IP address, MAC addresses, everything is going. I was using it in Asia, India, and I am using the connection of Airtel Limited with the office that is situated in Bhopal. This is my location that you can see here. This is my latitude and longitude, and let's check out what is this latitude and longitude. Let's see that if this is a correct thing or not, right? So this is the Google map, right? I could just directly jump on the link and check if the link is correct or not, right? So it would jump on Google Meet, and so let's check out. Okay, so it is giving me this address, which is kind of a correct address, right? So you can see this is giving me the kind of correct address here, and yeah, basically my the office is somewhat around here currently, but yeah, we are getting quite a good you know address. So you can see that is how these things are basically working. So you can get the location directly. If that particular person clicks on this particular link, right, you can see that how easily I can, just using ngrok and everything, I can directly get the location access of that particular person, right? So that's how easy using this tool called as Seeker, right? So any doubt in this particular tool? So it is saying obviously the accuracy is up to 4 kilometers. So it would be showing me around plus minus 4 kilometers. And if the person is situated in a very small town, you would get accuracy of around 700 meters, or sometimes 10 meters even, right? So can I see responses from everyone, right? If you have doubt, please ask. If you have no doubt, please type in with a no, right? Then we can move ahead and we can talk about Z Fisher and Homoglyph attack, which is the dangerous attack, the very very dangerous attack. I have a doubt regarding T bomb. Yeah, you can ask. But the link itself is not looking genuine. Yeah, Abhinav, I would be talking about that, right? Homoglyph attack is based on that only, how you can make your link look genuine, right? You do not have to use any kind of link shortener for that, because link shortener are kind of things that basically gives all the link. If you just type a simple plus after the bitly link, right, it would give you what is the link, what is the full link basically, so it could be avoided. If location not allowed, it would not show me the location. But there are 80 to 90% of the people generally gives the location access, because they have already given the location access to Chrome, so obviously it could directly go ahead and see what is the location in Chrome, right? If victim is using mobile, then what type of info will be shown? All these this info will be shown, and obviously if victim is on phone, the accuracy would be around 1 kilometer, so you'd be getting more accurate results with phone, right? Sometimes ngrok doesn't work in Chrome, but it works every time for me. So if there is any issue for you, you can message to the admins personally. They would contact me, right? So I would be giving you the answer, right? Should I wait in terminal until he click link? Yes, you have to wait, right? Shows like it is malicious link. Yeah, it may show that it's kind of a malicious link, but you can also protect it from, you can also protect yourself from it, right? So let me just show you how you can go ahead with Zfisher, and then we would be talking about homoglyph attack, at how you can make the link look more genuine, right? So I won't be going much into Zfisher, but yeah, you can check out that particular, yeah, Chrome basically wants that, malicious link. It checks that ngrok is kind of a malicious, so it shows that it's a malicious link. So let me just go ahead and close it and come out of seeker. So I would be using Zfisher. So let's go ahead and download Zfisher now. So I have to just type Zfisher here, and we have the Zfisher tool. So let me go ahead and download Zfisher. So we have Zfisher from other people as well. I guess we have it from HR Tech. We have it from Obtain as well. So let me go ahead here, and there are some of the different versions, right? We have this from Obtain. The last update was on 22 October. Then we are having it from HC Tech. The last update was 12 days ago. So you can use any of the thing, right? So let me go ahead and use this particular version, which is more the version which is more into more updated. So let me use this copy, and let's go ahead and get clone it, right? So it would clone into Zfisher and download Zfisher completely. That is the updated version of Zfisher now, and let it download. So yeah, it has downloaded, right? So let me clear and ls. Now you can see we are having one more folder for Zfisher. So let me go into Zfisher as well, cd Zfisher, right? Also let me just stop this ngrok as well. You can see that everything that was working, the location.javascript file that was there, everything was going on here, right? So let me also stop this server currently, right? So control c, yeah. So come back to the Zfisher and let's see what is in Zfisher. So I can directly run Zfisher. There is no file that basically to install the dependencies. It runs as it is. So let me just go ahead and run this zfisher.sh, and it is saying that installing ngrok. So we have ngroks already installed, but I guess not in this particular folder. So it is still installing ngrok. Let's wait for a while till it installs ngrok and let it finish the work, right? And then we can directly go ahead and check out how Zfisher works. Otherwise I'm having, okay, so it is done installing Cloudflare. Let it also run. I'm having one more version of this Zfisher that is basically quite old version, right? So I could use that as well. Okay, so it is done, and let's see. So you can see that it is able to hack into all these websites, right? So it is able to clone a Facebook page, it is able to clone Instagram page, Google page, Microsoft login page, Netflix login page, PayPal, Steam, Twitter, PlayStation, TikTok, Mediafire, even Adobe is here, WordPress is here, Dropbox is here, even you can see Twitch and Pinterest, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Proton Mail, right? Even GitLab and GitHub is also there, right? So you can check out. This is a very very advanced and a very a tool that is updated if very frequently, and a very very good tool if you want to go ahead and directly hack into the user logins. So let's go over to Instagram, right? So let me just type in 2, right? Because I want to use Instagram, so it's on second option, so I would be typing 2, press enter, and you can see what it is asking me what page I would want to, right? So do I want to create a traditional login page or auto followers login page or something like that? So I would be going with the traditional login page for example, because it is the 90 to 95% of the people get this page only. So one, and now this is the part where you have to apply your brains, right? This is the part where you have to do research, where you have to learn program web development, and where you have to basically make your attack look more genuine, right? So this is the main thing, and let me explain you how this thing works, right? So for having this particular thing, let me open this. Yeah, so for having this particular thing, you should know that what you're doing. For example, if you want to use ngrok, okay, you can use ngrok, and as you saw that ngrok will give me a link that would be something like a link that would be a link dot ngrok.io. Right now, this link is a malicious link because everybody knows that ngrok is a software that gives me the remote access, and basically this is a link that no, not much smarter people would click on, right? Then there is this option for Cloudflare. Now this Cloudflare would also give you a Cloudflare link, right? That would be using a VPN of Cloudflare, and that is also not a link that smart people would click on, right? So what is the thing that you should do? You should go ahead with this localhost option, right? What this localhost option will do, that localhost option will create a server, will create basically it would open the PHP server on your particular uh, you know operating system, and then it would basically host every file over to the local host, right? It would basically create a local host, it would create a website that is running on your PC, which is not connected to internet right now. It is only running on your PC. Then what you have to do, you have to copy all the code of the local host, right? The code that this would give you, you have to copy all of the code, and then you have to paste it. You have to basically go ahead and paste the code over to a website that you will be buying, right? So for example, if you want to hack into instagram.com, so you have to buy instagram.com, right? So you have to go ahead and buy this instagram.com domain. Now most of you people would be like, how do I go ahead and buy this instagram.com if it's already being bought by Facebook or by Instagram team? How I can directly go ahead and buy instagram.com, right? There is no possible way to buy instagram.com. What if I say that there is a way to buy this particular domain, or to go ahead and purchase this particular domain, right? Once you have purchased this particular domain, go ahead and install and run it on a very good server, for example on DigitalOcean, right? And most of the people here are students, right? So you can just get DigitalOcean $100 credits for free using GitHub student pack, right? You can activate your GitHub student pack, and you'll be getting $100 credit for DigitalOcean, which you can use to host any website, right? Then go ahead and install Linux on that particular server, right? On DigitalOcean server, right? And install an SSL there, and it is very very easy to install any kind of SSL if you want to go ahead there, right? Then run it on, then go ahead and run a PHP server on that Linux, right? And when you will be learning, when you will be going ahead and opening a PHP server, you have to copy all the code that you got in this localhost option using Zfisher over to this particular server that you have just bought, right? And then whenever you will be opening your particular link, it would be opening the same link that you have just created using Zfisher, but with an SSL and with a DigitalOcean thing, right? With a DigitalOcean host, and no browser in the world can say that it is a malicious link. Nobody can track, nobody can know that this is a malicious link. So understood the concept, right? Understood the concept how this thing would be working, right? So I would be showing you how you can just buy this instagram.com, right? The main trick is to get this particular thing, right? And this is what I'll be telling you in the homoglyph attacks, right? This is what homoglyph attack is. You can go ahead and buy these domains that are already been there, right? So let me also go ahead and let me show you how these things are working. So let's remove this. Let me first once see that if there is some doubt asked by some YouTube people here. Okay, so there are some charts. Okay, so let me go ahead and I could also select a port forwarding service. So yeah, let I am currently using ngrok. I'll be currently using ngrok, right? So let's use ngrok, and for demonstration purposes I'll be using ngrok, right? Otherwise I would have gone for localhost, but it is a task. The concept that I just explained you with, this concept requires around 1 or 2 days to complete, right? So that's why you have to study about somewhat about web development and deployment of a website, so that you may know how these things are working, right? So it have given me two URLs that are of ngrok.io, ngrok.io. So let me just use this, open this here in the Chrome browser, and you can see that okay, so it is showing me not secure, and there is a server error in ngrok, right? So I guess ngrok is not configured here correctly. Let me go ahead, and you can see we have the IP as well, but we have to show this as well, right? So I guess there is an invalid thing going on here. So let me use this whole link. Okay, so it is not using that link, it is using the main link only. So this is the error given by ngrok, right? Not any other thing, right? And this is the error for ngrok, where the ngrok link is not found. I guess the server is not running or something like that. Let me see what is happening. So let me stop it, right? And let me go ahead and let me see if it have downloaded ngrok here, ls. uh, okay, Zfisher have not downloaded ngrok here. Let me go ahead and use this thing again, right? And 2 1 2, right? So that is why it is buggy, right? PHP server is already started. Let me see if it is working or not. Systemctl, or I can just check out sudo um, service apache 2 status. Okay, it's currently working. HTTP server is working. It's inactive. Okay, so let me try to go ahead and make it active. Start. Okay, now it's started. Let me see it again. Yeah, again same error. So there is some error in ngrok. I guess ngrok is not taking some of the things here, but it should open. But there are still some of the errors in ngrok. Let me open it again with a new link. Let's see if it is working. Yeah, now it is working. So basically the error was in the link that was not active. Basically PHP server was not active, so I just activated the PHP server and now it is working. Okay, so yeah, Chrome has detected that this is kind of a website which is having this ngrok link. So that is the basic thing. So let me go ahead and uh, visit the unsafe site for demonstration. So basically you can see that the link is quite similar to what instagram.com looks like, right? So let me open it here. This is the link for link that is given by you know our Zfisher, and this is a link that is the general Instagram, that how it looks like currently, right? So you can see there are two phones here, and here we are having one Instagram login screen, and here you can see we are having this Instagram code, and we are having this code. Also you can modify the page, you can remove this thing, and you can make it all these things like this, right? You can center all these things, and you can create your own kind of thing, right? And you could also create something for your phone as well, right? If you want to go ahead, because this is a very easy task to do, right? To create a clone. If you know about web development, right, you can directly create these kind of things and use the scripts given by Zfisher. Use it on your local host, buy a domain, host it on digital server, DigitalOcean, right? Get an SSL and done. That is all you need to do to make it look genuine, right? So let's talk about homoglyph attacks, how these homoglyph attacks are useful, right? So if you use virus total, does that show that a server is malicious? No, it won't show if that if your server is bought by you and it's working on DigitalOcean, because DigitalOcean is the biggest platform for hosting, right? If someone reports URL in Chrome, is it possible that attacker can be tracked? No, it is not possible. Right. So let me go ahead and let me show you what are homoglyph attack, right? So I guess this you have understood all this thing that I just showed you in Zfisher, but also we need to understand somewhat about homoglyph attack. Let me come back here and let me go ahead with Firefox. So let's open Google currently, right? So for explaining homoglyph attacks, let me take something from your end. So I would be needing the name of one actress or an actor. Can I get one name for an actor or an actress in the chats quickly, please? Somebody can give their favorite actor actress. Deepika Padukone. Okay, so let's go with Deepika Padukone. So Deepika Padukone. Right, we have her name here. Right, so you can see if I'm searching Deepika Padukone, you can see that here we are getting the name, the Deepika Padukone, basically the name here, and all of her photos. Then we can see that she's available on Ghana, YouTube, Spotify, and her description. And you can see that then we got some of her films, and we can see that we have some other people also search for option. And here we have some of the questions that people ask. We have her Instagram, Wikipedia, her own website, and all of these things, right? So these are basic things. There are some of the news and stories as well that are related to Deepika Padukone. But if I go ahead and do homoglyph attack here, right? So let me just go ahead and use this Deepika Padukone string, and let me use homoglyphs. Now what are homoglyphs? Homoglyphs are one of the text which basically looks similar, but do are not similar exactly, right? So I would be just using Deepika Padukone, but obviously that Deepika Padukone would look similar to what Deepika Padukone looks like that particular string of text, but the meaning of it would be completely different, right? So that is how homoglyph attacks are working. So here you can see if I'm typing Deepika Padukone, this is the whole list that I'm currently getting. So let me make it bigger so you can see better, right? You can see that this is a particular thing, right? Also, let me just remove this, right? So you can see that here we have Deepika Padukone, and we have this particular D currently used, right? So we have many other options that we could use that are basically similar. You can see that we have this particular D that is similar to this particular D as well. So if I use this D, what happens is that you can see a small space in here, right? Basically a small space is here, and you can see that this small space was not there when I used the typical D, right? So you can see that now it is not having that particular space, right? So I could use any of the things, and the numbers that are written over these letters are basically the numbers, the ASCII codes, or basically the UTF codes for all of these numbers, right? So I would be using this Deepika Padukone thing, right? So let me just use. Okay, so it have reversed it. I don't want to reverse it. Oh, so I have to refresh it. Yeah, so now we have this Deepika Padukone, and here we have. So let me just go ahead and possibly replace a, because a is some of the thing which is a is a letter which is having a lot of variants. So I would be using the a, for example, this a could be used, and if I'm using this a, you can see that nothing is happening here, right? It is same as original Deepika Padukone, right? So if I just copy this particular Deepika Padukone, right, copy it and paste it on Google, let's see what are the results, right? Now you can see that Google is asking me in, including results for Deepika Padukone, right? But I have done the same search, right? Is there any difference in this particular Deepika Padukone or this particular Deepika Padukone? Is there any difference in the two? Yes or no? I guess there is no difference here. It is completely similar, right? But here you can see the page is literally different. The results that we are getting are literally different, right? Previously we were getting the stories, we were getting her description, her image, her website, everything, right? Now we are just getting her Wikipedia and her website. Everything that was here as now gone, and no data is being shown here, right? And if I even remove this Padukone, it would show me very different result. And even you can see that it is showing me Deepika, that if I have spelled it wrong, but I have wrote the same spelling. That is what homoglyphs are. Homoglyphs are basically the characters and the letters, right, that looks same but mean different, right? So you can literally go ahead and use instagram.com here, right? For example, you can just go here and use Instagram, right? So Instagram, and I can just replace this particular S or A. For example, let's say that I am replacing this particular A with the A, with this particular A, right? And I'm replacing this last A as well, right? So now my instagram.coms looks like this. So I can just type, copy here. I can go to GoDaddy or Namecheap or something like that. I can use this particular thing and download instagram.com, right? You can sorry, buy instagram.com, and you can see originally when I'm typing my fake string, it is giving me these kind of results, but I'm typing original Instagram, it would give me this particular kind of result. It would give me instagram.com, it would give me login, it would give me the description. But here if I'm typing this Instagram, you can see the results are completely different, right? So that is how homoglyph attack works. Understood the basic concept, how you can do homoglyph attacks, and how you can just go over to this homoglyph attack generator tool, and you can generate your own type of homoglyphs and do these kind of attacks, right? So the concept is, go ahead and buy this particular domain, and when you will be buying this particular domain, you can apply SSL. And when you buy this particular instagram.com, because obviously this particular instagram.com would be available, right? If not available, you can try changing any of the other character that would be available, right? So if you get this particular instagram.com, you can host the whole Zfisher website on this instagram.com, and now your malicious ngrok.io looks genuine link, right? I guess now it must be clear, right? We can use this particular domain name as our malicious link. We don't have to go for ngrok, we don't have to go for Cloudflare. We can use localhost option. We can directly use that localhost option, take out everything, and then give all of the things, use an SSL, host it on DigitalOcean, and get our instagram.com running, our own instagram.com, right? And these type of attacks, basically when you do it, these kind of domains are taken down very very quickly. But yeah, if you want to hack someone, this is a very low key method to get into someone's profile, right? Yeah, homoglyph attack is used for domain selection, right? So I guess now it must be clear to everyone over here. Yeah, this is basically a phishing attack, but a more advanced phishing attack, right? And I guess this is the thing that generally is not told in any kind of phishing seminar or webinar, if you're going into, or if you're researching it on Google or YouTube. I guess this is the thing that you won't be getting anywhere, right? So how can we attack on particular victim by this? Shraddha, what you can do is buy this domain, right? Host your own website, host your own phishing pages using Zfisher. You can get all the code. You don't have to write the codes for the login links, right? If you want to tweak, you can tweak it by learning HTML and CSS, and then you can send that particular link to the victim, and victim would be seeing, okay, it's the original instagram.com, right? And he would be entering all the data without any doubt or without any issue. Even Chrome won't be saying it deceptive if the website is running on SSL. And you can install SSL on your own server very easily. It's just a 2-minute task to install simple SSL on your website, right? Yeah, you can do same with YouTube or any other thing, right? What we do after getting hacked, you have to obviously change your password, your phone numbers, and your logins, right? So how many of you learned something new? We started with more than 90 people here, but currently I can see that there are around 60 people left. Let me see on YouTube. So I guess all of you guys are serious about it, and I guess you must have got something, right? Something which is very very good, and which is basically kind of an attack which is very very dangerous, that could be there, right? So these were only two attacks. We talked about wishing, we talked about phishing, right? We have just talked about two attacks. Number one, that was phishing. We talked about homoglyph, we talked about advanced aspect of phishing, right? Then we have also talked about wishing, right? We haven't talked about what is our ARP spoofing or what is farming attack. So let me give you a brief introduction about what is farming attack, because in all of the people who are into bootcamp, we would be talking about farming attack, right? If you are fascinated with homoglyph attacks, right? Farming is having much more content. Farming is more dangerous than phishing. It is the worst, I could say, if I talk from the victim's perspective, it is the best attack in the whole social engineering thing, right? So basically, the main point is how what are farming attacks. Farming attacks are the attacks where you send a email, where you send an email, or where you send a particular file or a particular script, basically, and that particular person, the particular victims, clicks on your email, clicks on the script, and what happens is that the script is executed, right? And what the script does, basically, that there is a sorry, there is a DNS running all over the internet. And what is that DNS? DNS is basically nothing. DNS is just a table, basically. It's a very very big table which is having two uh, basically types, right? Basically two columns. Number one column is our domain name, right, which I'm writing it with DN, and the second is basically the IP address, right? Because everything is working on IP address. IP address is basically the address of every website or every host that is currently running on internet, right? The unique address of that particular thing. Even every website, google.com, hackersvilla.xyz, geeks.com, homoglyphattackgenerator.com, instagram.com, facebook.com, every website is running on on an IP address, right? So this domain name is having IP address and corresponding domain name, right? For example, facebook.com, and the facebook.com's IP address is listed here, right? Then we have hackersvilla.xyz, and hackersvilla.xyz IP address is listed here. Now, how these table are managed? These tables are managed by your DNS provider. Basically, that is your IP provider, basically your basically ISP, right? If you are having Airtel, it connects to Airtel DNS. If you have the same of Geo, it connects to basically Geo DNS server and all. And if none of them is reachable, you can also reach your Google's DNS server, right? So these are all DNS servers, right? What if I send you one kind of an email, and if you click on that email, I you know basically I modify your DNS server that is inside your computer, right? So whenever, I'll be doing, I'll be creating one of the website, right? That would be a malicious website, and I would be copying its IP address, right? So when I would be copying its IP address, I would send you an email, and with that email I would write a script that whenever you are opening that particular email, the local DNS table that is stored in your computer, right, gets polluted, and my fake IP address on my fake Facebook page's IP address is replaced by original facebook.com's IP address. So whenever in your browser or whenever in your computer you will be visiting on facebook.com, you will be not be visiting the original Facebook, you will be visiting the Facebook that I have created, right? So you don't have to apply the SSL, you don't have to apply all these things, you don't have to buy any kind of domain, you don't have to do homoglyph attack. The victim will be just opening facebook.com, and he'll be redirected to my website, right? So that is how these things are done, right? This is what you know farming attack is, where you basically pollute the DNS. This is basically called as ARP spoofing, right? In terms of cybersecurity, this is called as ARP spoofing, where you spoof the ARP, that is called as address resolution protocol, right? So this is the thing. And in phishing language, this is called as farming, right? So basically this kind of farming attacks, we'll be talking about it in the boot camp, how I can just pursue this thing, particular thing, and what are the tools that are particularly needed to execute a farming attack. So that is the point, right? So you got it, right? What is farming attacks and how farming attacks are being done? Yes, right? So that is the thing, right? So let's take some doubts. Any of you, if you're having some of the doubts, We'll be having a doubt session for 2 to 3 minutes. Then I'll be moving back to bootcamp because this is the last free session of this month. The video is also recorded on the YouTube channel. You can watch the YouTube video as well if you want to watch it again, right? Will you be using BetterCap? Yeah, I'll be using BetterCap as well. I'll be using some other tools as well, right? BetterCap, EtherCap. It's basically EtherCap, right? And I'll be explaining the concepts about it, right? So any doubt you guys are having currently, please do ask right now. Any free Kali Linux lab? Yeah, there are many free Kali Linux lab, right? You can just go ahead with Kali Linux lab, and you can there are many there. You can go ahead with Metasploitable. You can go ahead with DVWA. You can go ahead with um, Mr. Robot is very good based on Kali, right? Then there are many other CTF, for example, Skydog is there, right? Termux can't generate direct link. There may be some issue with Termux. You have to go ahead and check out uh, what issue is, right? Then I could be able to solve your doubt. Install T-bomb. It works first time good, but second time it's not working. There may be some cache buildup that is going on. So if you can just remove T-bomb and you know open it again, I guess it would work fine. Is it possible to gain overall access from website just like Money Heist if you watch? Uh, Basically, yeah, it is possible to click on a link and the computer gets hacked, right? But there are many other things to do that. There are system hacking things to do that, but there are exploits that could be possible, right? Is it better to use VMware for Kali and Ubuntu or dual boot? If you want to practice into ethical hacking and cybersecurity, I guess VMware or VirtualBox would be better. Don't dual boot if you want to practice, because practice is more fun when you are having it in virtual machines, and it's really easy because sometimes you have to use Windows and sometimes you have to use Linux, and while dual booting you cannot use both, right? So just go for VMware, right, if you want to practice. How to hack Google account? Actually, you can use the same Zphisher thing to generate a Google phishing link. Can you provide a rough roadmap to master ethical hacking, Manav? It's basically to go ahead with networking first, then go ahead with Kali Linux, right? Learn about operating system, basics of operating system, right? And then go ahead into cybersecurity, right? And then whenever you're going into cybersecurity, if you're going into bug bounty, bug bounty hacking, bug bounty hunting, you have to go for learning programming language. Sorry, web development languages. And if you're going into system hacking or all these kind of attacks, right, scripting and system hacking, basically, then you have to go ahead with some of the programming languages like C++ or Python, right? How to you access dark web? We will be using dark web in our bootcamp. So if you are if you want to know how to access dark web and all, you can come to the bootcamp. We are having a dedicated session on it, right? So can we get victim's mobile IP address by its phone number? Because by IP address we can get all information of that victim's phone. uh, you cannot directly get victim's IP address from the phone number, right? However, you can send that particular person the phishing link that could give you the location of that particular person or something like that. But you cannot directly get the IP address by the phone number, right? It's totally unrelated. What all things that can we do with the IP? You can trace the IP. You can check out what are some of the bugs that are in the IP, and you can check out how that IP is having some of the vulnerabilities, how that IP is configured, what are the mail servers that are running on that IP, and how you can directly go into that IP using some of the scanners and auxiliaries that are available. You can scan for it and you can then plan and exploit for it, right? If we can any email ID and password, then that device is hacked or not? Yeah, obviously. Is Zaid Sabi a good instructor? I'm following his Udemy courses. Aritra, I do not recommend to go for Udemy courses. I don't know who are talking about. I have not taken the session, so I cannot judge directly. But most of the most of the courses that I have seen on Udemy are not that much good on ethical hacking. If you want to go for a decent course in ethical hacking, at least go for Plural site, right? It's having a very interesting and very good courses, right? How not to get attacked, that is a very different thing, Saket. I guess in this digital world you have to be very very alert if you don't want to get attacked, right? Bootcamp have some certificate type of thing. Yeah, it have a certificate, the certification of participation as well. That is an ISO based certification. What is the price of bootcamp? It's 499, but it can be free, and we'll be telling you about that as well. If you have already victim's phone number, then it's possible. No, it cannot be possible if you have only the phone number, right? Is student selection completed? I guess for the bootcamp there are two people that we are currently needing, right? So uh, if you guys want to, right, you can register. It is better to use VMware for Kali. I already answered that question. Yeah. So Saurabh, basically, if you get email ID and password, then obviously that device is hacked, because yeah, you can directly log in into that particular email ID and check out what devices are running. Shivam, you'll get a email of confirmation. If you have not, you'll still get, right. If you haven't been selected, you have got a not selection email by now. But if you have not got it, right, this there may be possibility that you have selected. You are being selected. You have been selected, right? So let me also go now for the poster here, right? So let me go for the poster. So we have the poster here, right? And this is the bootcamp's poster for this time, right? And you can see that on 24th of February, right, will be starting basically tomorrow. Tomorrow is 24th of February, and the sessions would not be from 6 to 7 p.m. The sessions would be from 6 to 8 p.m. from tomorrow, right? The links would be only given to the people who register in the bootcamp, right? The bootcamp starts tomorrow, goes over to 28th of February. We'll be starting tomorrow's session with website hacking, bug bounty hunting, and we'll be talking how I was able to find bugs in PVR's website, Swiggy's website, and many other websites, right, which basically are very very good, very very big brand in India. And I'll be telling you about how you can get started with website hacking, bug bounty hunting, how you can get started to get private programs directly, which is a very small thing, but it impacts a lot. And obviously this is the thing that allows our students that are currently in Hackersville as cybersecurity enrolled are getting, first year, second years computer science students, BTech students are getting the bounty of more than 2,000, $3,000, right? That is a very very great amount. Converting to INR, that is 2 lakh, 3 lakh rupees, and I guess it's a big amount for a first year or second year student, right? Then we are going with steganography on 25th February. How you can hide that particular data, right? How you can hide data or script in the form of an image, in the form of PDF, in the form of an MKV file or MP3 file or something like that, right? And obviously we will be talking about the art of hiding data, how it is done, what is the thing that is going behind the hood, and how steganography is performed. 26th of February we'll be taking a live CTF. Basically this CTF would be a continuation to the session of system hacking that we have already uploaded on YouTube. So you can directly go over to the CTF, you can directly go over to that particular session, and then we'll be continuing with that particular session. We'll be talking some advanced aspects of system hacking in this live CTF on 26th February. 27th February we'll be having ARP spoofing and Tor and anonymity session as well. And if time permits, extra session 27th February will be also learning about Wi-Fi hacking as well. I already told you what ARP spoofing is. Tor and anonymity will be talking about dark web. They'll be visiting some of the dark web websites. With all of you guys, that's why we don't need much of the people. We are just needing very very low people, the quality people who really want to go ahead with the bootcamp. We don't need people who are interested into bootcamp. They are coming, but they are not coming into the bootcamp series, right? We just want people who are into it, right? And 28th February, we'll be talking about Web3 security, the upcoming field of cybersecurity, the field that is having a lot of scope. Basically, the cryptocurrency security, the blockchain security. We'll be talking about blockchain, cryptocurrency. We'll be talking about IoT devices. We'll be talking about hardware hacking. We'll be talking about metaverse hacking and all these kind of things, right? So there are many many things that are available, and obviously these are the things that we are going to go ahead, right? So there are e-certifications, recorded sessions for all of the the sessions or all of the previous boot camps as well discount on the course, right? The course that is currently priced at 19,999, you'll be getting it on 50% discount, more than 50% discount, and all the paid tools on the Discord server. All you have to go and do is go to hackersvilla.xyz/bootcamp, pay 499 and register for it, right? Now I am really excited to call Aditi over here, who is one of the co-founder of Hackersvilla Private Limited, Hackersvilla Cybersecurity Private Limited, and she will be telling you how you can get this seat for free. Mind it, we have just 2 to 3 seats left, right? And we need quality people only, right? So that is the main point. So over to you, Aditi.
Okay, so initially we are super thankful for the people who are present here. I'll be quite precise and crisp about the same thing. So yeah, I mean short and crisp. So let's move forward. So initially we started off with a series of bootcamp in September 2021, and we started this to help people out differentiate between the fascination and interest of theirs into the field of ethical hacking and cybersecurity, right? Fascination is a thing like short term stuff, and interest will be like the long term one through which you can make career. So yeah, after attending a boot camp of 5 days, you can judge yourself onto the same, whether you are going in the right direction or you're not going in the right direction, right? And secondly, the price is simply just 499, approximately 100 rupees each day, right? And it's even less than the cost of traveling. Like now Delhi University is open, and maybe most of the colleges, schools are open now, right? They are offline. So each day the traveling costs around rupees 100 itself, right? So जितना हम लोगों ने कोविड में सेव किया, let's invest it on ourselves and उसका थोड़ा सा अपने ऊपर लगा के फायदा उठाते हैं. ठीक है, then you will be getting the e-certifications, recorded sessions for 60 days. Previous recorded sessions भी मिलेंगे जितने अभी तक boot camp हुए हैं, especially the mega boot camp जो 10 days का था, उसकी भी recordings आपको मिलेगी. ठीक है, so like December में जो boot camp हुआ था, that was the mega boot camp of 10 days. So you will be getting the recording of the same. How lucky you people are, right? इससे पहले हम लोग recordings नहीं देते थे students को या जो भी enroll करता था. Then you will be getting the discount on a premium course, and after that the paid tools, whichever you will be like we will be using in teaching you, like anonymity में use होगा, तो और में जो भी tools वगैरह use होंगे, we will be giving the premium version of those tools to you for free, right? And after that, moving to the main point, कि आप लोग जरूर excited होंगे for the same कि how you can get the seat for free, but जो भी नए लोग हैं उनके लिए सिर्फ आज का ही टाइम है. You need to keep this in mind कि if you want to have your seat for free, let me tell you the procedure, right? It's as simple as creating 2 referrals. अगर आपके 2 friends, like you are a person who is interested into the field of ethical hacking and cyber security, आपके कुछ friends भी होंगे, right? So 1-2 अगर friends हैं, है ना, और अगर 2 friends आपके register कर देते हैं for the boot camp by paying the amount, है ना, 499 वो खुद के लिए पे करेंगे, you will get your seat for free. It is as simple. इसको ऐसे दूसरे तरीके से एक बार समझते हैं कि पहले अगर हम जनरली देखें तो 500 रुपीज ईच सीट, सो 3 सीट्स 1500 की बनती है, राइट? लेकिन अब 3 सीट्स बन गई है 1000 रुपीज की. सो ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि 3 अगर फ्रेंड्स है और वो तीनों करना चाह रहे हैं, सो वो 1000 डिवाइडेड बाय 3 करके अपना कर लें आपस में, और पेमेंट 2 की साइड से हो जाए 500 की, राइट? सो am I clear at the point? If there is any doubt in the same point, just type in the chat box. Okay. So just you need to understand कि सिर्फ आज का ही टाइम है. You approximately have just 5-6 hours अगर आपको फ्री सीट अवेल करनी है. So just keep this in mind कि आपके पास सिर्फ इतना ही टाइम है ना, and you need to do it as soon as possible. और अगर आप नहीं करते हो तो आप एक ये चीज भी कर सकते हो कि आप अपना अभी रिजर्व कर लो. अगर बाय चांस रात तक आपके फ्रेंड्स जो है वो पेमेंट वगैरह कर देते हैं तो आपका अमाउंट रिफंड हो जाएगा, राइट? बट your same point is this, like the main point is this, what I told. Yes, there is full course, full hacking में भी हम लोग देखेंगे क्या चीजें हैं, right? Because हमने टॉपिक्स वही लिए हैं जो ट्रेंडिंग है. एथिकल हैकिंग साइबर सिक्योरिटी में, एंड इवन जो भी यहाँ पे बिगनर्स है उनको लग रहा होगा कि मतलब बिगनर ओरिएंटेड है कि नहीं, सो या इट्स बिगनर ओरिएंटेड, एनीवन कैन जॉइन, सो यस.
So yeah, I guess this is quite clear, right? And all of the people who are really interested into cybersecurity and ethical hacking, we have 2 to 3 seats left, and I really want you guys, if you really want to go ahead, you can directly enroll right now, right? Because the forms will be closed, around 12 a.m. and we don't want those 2 seats to go waste, right? So any of you, if you want to go ahead and if you really
Two
want to,
seats for, yeah, 2 seats for the paid ones, right? We
yeah.
actually segregate the stuff for like the paid seats and the free seats. We segregate that every time. So 2 seats, we all always say the paid seats, like the number of seats that are left for the paid people. We always say that.
Yeah, so that is the thing, Rubel. So if you have two people coming up, right? If you have two of your friends coming up, right? Please do register as soon as possible, right? Because there would be other people as well, and obviously, if the seats get closed, and obviously the form will get closed, and you will not be able to get the seats, right? So Milan, if you still want to go ahead with, we are doing all these sessions, the whole bootcamp thing would be done in both the languages, right? It would be English, Hindi, both, because I'll be taking it. So obviously, if there is any doubt, most of the time I take it in English, right? But if there is any doubt, right, we could be also doing it in Hindi as well for other guys. But yeah, most of the time it's in English, right? So that is the thing. Okay, so no issues about that, Milan, and you can also register for that. Now it's basically for the first come first serve basis, so please do register, because I guess something, if you guys are getting something at a price of a medium sized pizza, I guess that is a very very short amount of very less amount of investment that you're doing currently on your dream of becoming a cybersecurity expert, right? So basically this could be a start with us, and obviously this could be a thing, right, for you guys. Last time in January we had around 60 people, and only 20 to 30 people were coming in the boot camp, right? Were attending the boot camp. Otherwise, many of the people were not coming. That's why we have decreased the seats for 20. Right now we increased it for 25, and still we have 23 people. So that's why we have two left, right? So please do register quickly, and then people who are registering will be meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. Okay. So thank you guys for having us today, and thank you for attending this session. Okay.